Hi, friends. So, today we are discussing a topic contingent liabilities. And I think we all have read it or heard it somewhere or the other whenever it comes to finance. So, today let's dive into what actually contingent liabilities are. Now, if you go by the dictionary meaning of the word contingent, it means any situation that is dependent on certain circumstances. Okay, now that is what actually contingent is. But what contingent liabilities are, they are the liabilities which will arrive on the basis if something happens, then the contingent liability becomes a liability. That's why it is not shown in the balance sheet, rather, it is shown as notes to the balance sheet. Now, it is not like there is only contingent liability, there could be a contingent asset, but accounting follows the principle of conservatism or prudence, which says that we account for all the losses that can happen, but not the profit which is which has not happened. So that's why in the balance sheet you will find a contingent liability but not a contingent asset. Now, if we say an example of this would be, suppose there is an income tax demand. Now, it is the most common contingent liability you will find in the balance sheet. Suppose there is an income tax demand which the company has disputed. Like the income tax department says you have to pay this, but the company says no, we are not liable for this. And the matter is in somewhere in the court. So, what the company will do, it will show it in the notes that we have so and so contingent liability. Okay. Now, what is the significance or how we say? See, one way of seeing a contingent liability is measuring is measuring this contingent liability against the net worth of the company. What is the thinking there? That suppose if the contingent liability turns into a real liability, whether the company has the capability to pay it off and still survive if, or the contingent liability is so big that it might lead to a company bankruptcy or default. That's why we compare contingent liabilities with the net worth. Suppose it's 1% or 2%, then we say it's not substantial. But if it is like 60% or 50%, then we say it is substantial. So that is all for contingent liability.